Myself and Brian are here, ShamCast. We're here in Kinvara with the one and only Devers.
So most people know you from TikTok, I suppose, but we know you from more so like hurling and around Kinvara. If you don't know, we all went to the same secondary school. We kind of went around the same group of people, although like we're a bit older than you. I know from like personal experience when I started making videos when I was like 12 or 13 and putting them on YouTube, just got absolutely abused, mate. So like I started making videos like maybe a couple months, then I was like, do you know what, I'd rather like a social life than like a career on YouTube. Like how is that, do you think that's any way different to when you started on TikTok?
Well, it depends on what sort of videos you make, really. Like for me, I was just kind of doing stuff that like Irish people could relate to. So like I was just basically doing stuff about hurling and, you know, Irish discos and Irish schools. So I suppose people could relate to that. Whereas if you see on TikTok these days, like if you just see somebody dancing and you check their comments afterwards,
It's
like
shocking,
they're just getting their shit kicked out of them, like, you know what I mean? So
Partly deserved.
yeah,
For some
yeah.
of them, like, come on.
But I think it's the fact that I kind of stayed around the Irish culture kind of side of it, that I never really got abused for it. And
Yeah, you popped up in my For You page one day, and it's a hurling kind of related thing. It was genuinely funny, and just out of habit, I checked the comments to see what the reaction was, and I didn't see one bit of negativity.
yeah, I kind of
great.
got lucky in that way. So
Yeah. So, what was it like? Do you know your first kind of, I suppose, viral video?
well, my first viral video was actually my first video, so it was kind of a overnight success, really, if you want to call it that. I remember I downloaded TikTok, and it was around the time when you went onto YouTube and you seen all the big creators kind of like making these videos, like reacting to TikTok. So I seen KSI do it, and I was like, sure, I'll download and see what happens. I didn't even look at the For You page, and I just threw up my own sort of video, like, because like people around Galway, they kind of know me as a funny lad anyway, so I was just kind of being myself. So I kind of just did a skit about like Irish school, and threw that up anyways, got uploaded, and I went to bed, and then went to school the next day and checked my phone after school. I had like 15,000 views.
Jeez.
And I was like, what? But like, you have to understand that I thought that was normal, because I didn't download TikTok before, and I never knew what the story was. So I just went on my account and I seen like 15.4k like on the video, and I was like, Jesus, okay. So that was grand anyways, and I left that up for like a week, and then the lads started downloading TikTok, and they were like, Jesus, Devers, you have a fair amount of views there. And I was like, yeah, sure, I don't know what I did, like. So I just kept uploading videos in, maybe like every weekend or after school if I was bored, like. And I don't know what happened really, but I just kept getting views. Like I think it was my third video then got like 200,000 or something.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's mad, like, because if you put that into perspective, like that's like the majority of the population of Galway just
Whoa.
watch you.
200,000.
How many? Yeah, like it's not like 250,000 that live in Galway,
So.
like the county Galway.
I wouldn't say so. No. But it's a lot anyways.
Yeah, like that's mad. Yeah, like did any, because obviously with a lot of views and that, it does, like, criticism does come along with it. Like just like an example of like someone else who's kind of like, you know, Philip Ewing, like, you know, in a similar situation where like he started uploading videos, but like it almost went in the exact opposite direction where like he just got pure abuse, and like, you know, that was almost what garnered him so much attention. But with you, it was different.
It was like genuine interest in what you were throwing up.
Yeah.
Like I know you've probably seen them on TikTok. They're part of the Goat House, Andrea and Lewis, the Irish couple.
I know them, yeah.
Lewis is. I remember the first video I seen of them was that, like, I'll say butter.
Oh yeah, butter.
Butter. And my first impression was, Jesus Christ, like, this is tragic. But they were doing big numbers. And then I think you came across a podcast where he was saying how his friends didn't support him.
Oh yeah.
And just how in Ireland in general there's a stigma towards online creation. And it's kind of good that you didn't really come across that.
Experience that.
Not really, because like I know for a fact from like talking to other people from around the counties, and they'd say, oh yeah, I'm friends with like, let's say another TikToker that I heard of before I seen on the For You page, and they said that like the minute that they started kind of getting views, they started changing like mentally, so they started like, I don't know, like kind of getting full of themselves.
Yeah.
But, like for me like I kind of just stayed the same, like, you know, I just kind of just kept hurling, going to school, all sorts, you know, just stay with my friends, like. So I think that kind of helped me in that way, that like my friends didn't really take any notice to it. Like they just went on TikTok, looked at the video, liked it, said it was a good video, and that was it. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's perfect. Like, you know, last thing you want is it to go into your head. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. So
keeping you humble.
yeah, but like you said about the online creation, the kind of stigma that's behind it, because I think, like I was saying earlier, the fact that I kind of stay with like the Irish culture kind of videos, that kind of helped me a lot from preventing myself from getting hate, because, you know, when like the Irish culture is, when they see something that they're not used to, they kind of tend to like judge it straight away.
Yeah.
So the fact that I was kind of just doing hurling and stuff, like I kind of got lucky in that sense.
Yeah, like it wasn't too far out of the box for them to like grasp.
I suppose
Exactly.
your man Rory Stories, is that the right name? He would do stuff like that.
And like, do you think, because obviously right now in Ireland, the humour is like, you know, like chicken fillet roll, you know, that kind of comedy. Like, do you ever think we'll get away from that? Because when you go to America, you know, it's like their entire concept of like, you know, when they create a video, it's not based around like being Irish or like, you know, Irish culture. You know, like, do you think we'll ever like get away from that?
I think maybe, I don't know. I don't think so really, because like, I mean, chicken fillet roll, it's just like, it should be on the flag really, like it's so popular around the country. So yeah, I don't know really. I think there'll always be TikToks of just lads hurling and lads talking with discos and comedy and stuff like that. So no, I don't really think we'll move faster, unfortunately. But,
I'd say as long as the stigma's there, like, people probably want to try and keep it relevant and keep them out of harm's way. But yeah, I suppose there's one lad in Dublin, I forget his name. Is it Ryan or something?
Ryan Maher, I think, yeah.
He does skits.
Yeah.
Probably similar. Yes, kind of similar to what you were doing.
Yeah.
And likewise, I haven't seen too much negativity towards him.
Yeah, he's funny enough, and his accent just makes it all funnier, like, because he has like a really thick Dublin accent, like. So yeah, I think he kind of just sticks to the Irish kind of culture skits as well, so that's what kind of helps him, you know.
When your videos started blowing up, did any of like the teachers or anything like that find out about
Oh yeah,
the videos?
Mr. Cuddy found out about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were coming home from a match. We were playing Mount Bellew, I think, and we were coming home from a match, and like the girls were playing a camogie final, and we were playing the St. Coons from up there in Castle Blakeney, and so like we all got off the bus anyways, and I was getting my lunch out of the bus, so I walked in like by myself. So I was walking in anyways, and I was walking beside Michael Walsh, you probably know him from our Dragon, and I just heard a roar like Devers, and I was like, oh no. Here we
Game
go.
over.
Yeah. So the whole stand was like full with like Castle Blakeney. Their whole school was there, like, and there was only like the odd like 15 from our school, like, and sure Devers, and then it was like one person said it, then two people said it, and then next thing you know, like I was walking in and I had to head down because like, oh, I just hate that kind of like public like thing.
Yeah.
So they all started screaming, and the whole stand fucking blew up. And then Mr. Cuddy was walking beside us then, and he's like laughing his head off. He's like, what's going on there? So,
Did you have to explain the situation then?
yeah, I told him like a few days later, I think, and then Miss Cullen found out about it, and then they kind of just
Spread
talked.
through the-
Yeah.
Was there any backlash? Did you shoot anything in school or?
No, not really. No, I never really. I just kind of stayed at home, like just recorded in the garage, like doing my own thing. So yeah. So they I think Mr. Cuddy told me he actually looked me up one time. Mr. Greeley actually looked me up a few times actually. So yeah, he'd like be in the middle of DCG class and he'd be like referencing the videos, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
Yeah, like,
Oh no.
Yeah, like,
Oh. Wait, so you're in DCG and you just pulled up one of your videos?
No, not like that. Like he'd like say something that I said in the video, and I'm like
A
what?
little quote, like.
Yeah, because it took me a few seconds to like realise, oh yeah, I said that before, and then he'd like come over and he'd start smiling at me. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, so yeah, that was yeah.
Did any of the teachers talk to you about it, or they just like
Yeah, I think I had like a meeting with Miss Cullen because she was our year head at the time, and she was like bringing like each student into like the oratory or something to talk about like just how the year's going and stuff like that. And then she was like, Mr. Cuddy was telling me about your TikTok, and I'm like, yeah. And then like I just told her like all this stuff, and then yeah, it was just funny really, like just talking about it.
Yeah, no one was scandalous about it.
Yeah.
Did anyone in like, obviously you're leaving cert now, but you started like, you know, a year?
Started fifth year, yeah.
Yeah, so like did anyone in leaving cert like try slag you about it, or?
No, not really. Like,
Jeez man, you got blessed.
yeah, I got lucky in that fact, but no, not really. Like I never really found that like people from actual like Seamount actually talked about it.
Yeah.
Like I knew like the first years coming in from this year, they knew me.
They were
So,
like,
no.
yeah.
Like get your autograph.
Yeah.
Actually, have you ever been recognised outside of Seamount?
Oh yeah, the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know like, I'd be in town, I'd be in shopping like in pennies or something, and like,
Find a pair of jocks.
yeah, like you just hear like this whispering coming from behind you, like, and then you turn around and there's just like a bunch of like people just standing there, and like walking down Shop Street then as well. Like, I usually go to Galway with my friend from Gort, and like he's like been friends with me for years, like, so he kind of noticed like people looking at me before I did, and I keep the head down like because I just hate it.
Like confrontation.
Yeah. So they come over asking for pictures, and you know you take the picture like. But,
Oh, you've actually given.
oh yeah, like
Crazy.
Like-
I would find that so awkward.
it is awkward, you know, to be fair, yeah.
And like
because,
you can't say no,
yeah,
because
and
then you just look like such
I
a
would-
They'll do like a little expose video
Oh,
on you
yeah,
then.
yeah.
Devers changed, man. He did take a picture. Absolute cunt.
Yeah, just some
there.
lad with a secret phone, like, and I start like beating the shit out of something. Yeah.
Have you? I suppose the main, maybe like discos. That's like
Oh.
that's a different social place than
Oh,
like
yeah.
down
Like-
Shop Street.
Yeah, Ballymac. I went to Ballymac in December, and I went to one in January. January was the last one I went to, and the December one I didn't really get recognised because I was kind of just in the corner talking to a few lads, like, and then but the one in January, then like I had like, I say I gained like 30,000 in those few days followers, like, and oh Jesus, from the minute I went in, then I was wearing like a white hoodie, like light blue jeans and white fucking shoes, like, so it was kind of hard to miss me. And then like, have you ever been to Ballymac
Yeah,
before?
went once.
Yeah, we were walking in anyways, and like there's like a kind of, just kind of like the waiting line is like here, and then there's like a fence, and then like the smoking area is like all the way in there. And like I had my head down and I was just like fixing my wristband to get in, and I just heard some lad roar like Devers, and then everybody started screaming it. And then I was like, oh no, not again. So I walked in then, and then like from the minute I went in, like somebody literally in the waiting line took a picture with me, and then I say I had left the place with about 200 pictures.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Man, that's mad, because our parents, they'd like find celebrities as like people that are on RTE or like, you know,
Yeah.
people like that. But I suppose definitely in our generation now, it's like YouTubers and like TikTokers now. And I've like, have you ever like, is it first year like, or someone ever come up to you in like school and just try to like,
not really, but like you'd hear them talk.
yeah, oh man, that would, I'd like get, I don't know, I feel like I have too much social anxiety for that to happen.
No, like trust me, I have it as well. But like I remember I was walking down the hallway one time, and then like I was walking past like the first year classroom, and they had the door open, and I was like walking really slowly because I had like Miss Griffin for science, so I just couldn't be arsed
Yeah.
going there, like, so.
Understandable.
So I was walking really slowly, and then I walked past, and then they all started talking like really loudly. That's Devers. I'm like, oh lads. So yeah, but they never actually like. I think they're scared of me for some reason, but they never actually like come up to me or anything. But
Oh, well, if I was in first year, I remember in first year, I think I was the third group of lads going to Seamount. So like I would not have talked to the lads above me like at all. So I get that. Do you miss it at all?
there's bits of it that I do miss, and then there's like bits of it that I just don't miss at all. Like, kind of like the social impact of it, because like, you know, you're trying to, like, for the discos, for example, like, you're trying to just enjoy the night with your friends, like,
Yeah.
and then there's like people coming up to you constantly, but like, you want to be sound, but at the same time you're like, just leave me alone, like, just wanna...
What was it that made you leave TikTok in the first place? 'Cause I know you left like twice. What was the first reason?
The first reason was, I remember like it kind of started clashing with the hurling a bit. Like I wasn't being slated or anything like on the hurling pitch, but it's, I don't know, I kind of got like that social anxiety of like, you're playing a match, and then like we go over to the dugouts obviously for like half time, and then like there'd be a load of like young people in the crowds and everything, and like they'd be like, oh yeah, that's Devers there, that's Devers there. So I kind of felt that kind of
Added weight.
pressure to like play better, or else like people would like start telling everybody, oh yeah, that lad like let in a soft goal there or something, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was kind of the main reason that I kind of left.
Any mistakes you have are amplified, and everything positive you do is amplified. And like I get that completely, like that kind of social anxiety.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, especially when you're playing a match like that, everything's like so in the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like everything's
Everybody's
heightened.
looking at you, like, yeah.
Yeah, and especially if everyone like recognizes you as like the person on TikTok, I'd say like it's too much, like just for a game of hurling.
Yeah, exactly.
I could definitely see that clashing. But then like, didn't you went back then, didn't you, after?
I went back for a while, for about 5 or 6 videos, and they were still getting views, like.
Yeah. Like, how much of a break was there in between?
There was about a month or 2 break.
Yeah.
Like I took a break from August to November, I think.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing a goodbye video or something.
Yeah. I did a goodbye video.
Very dramatic.
So I kind of left then, and then when I came back, it felt like that I didn't really have the same. I didn't really have the same passion for it as I did like beforehand. So yeah, I kind of just left then fully. So yeah, that was kind of it.
Obviously now like hurling is like seasonal. Like, would you ever go back to it, like TikTok?
I don't know. Like sometimes to think about it for like, just for like the popularity gain. For like, say if I was going to college now, like you might want to do it again so you can get more friends.
Yeah.
But at the same time then, like, do you really want to go back to it to get friends, but would they actually like be your fully friend, or will they be like your friends just for because?
Yeah, and then say if you stopped and dropped off, would they still be, do you know?
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know really, but I highly doubt I will go back, but
Do you still have the account?
I still do, yeah.
I'd say you could throw it up for sale.
Yeah.
So, well,
Throw
how many
up on
followers?
eBay for about 500 quid or something.
Well, there's a 50,000 followers. No?
52,000, yeah.
Have you like just deleted the app completely?
Yeah, I deleted it off my phone and everything, like, so I never really followed like many people to begin with. Like I never really talked to like the other TikTokers, just because like I just didn't really like take much notice. Like I rarely ever watched the For You page.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of like went on to TikTok, recorded a 60-second video, and then just threw it up, like, and then just get off.
So
the
you
app.
never watched TikTok?
No, never.
That's mad. Someone who's like famous because of TikTok just doesn't even use it. You're just done with that app, so.
Yeah.
And would you ever like get back into creating content?
Yeah. I don't know really. Like maybe like a few videos or something like that. Like I always kind of like movies. Like I watch movies a good bit, so I always kind of like wanted to make a movie about hurling or something like that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I say if you looked all around the place, there's only like one movie about hurling. It's probably like really like trash quality.
I know. Well, yeah, whenever I go on YouTube to try to look up a hurling clip, they're horrible.
Yeah.
It's like you barely see the slither or like anything going on.
Yeah.
So I think it's not a bad shout at all.
Yeah, so maybe a movie about hurling would probably be something that I'd create. So
Yeah. So you'd like to go into maybe like more higher production quality videos then? Would you ever do, because obviously like you can still, like that option is always there with TikTok. Would you ever like create like YouTube or go into a different platform?
maybe YouTube for like see how it goes. See if I can get like the same followers as I did, and see like, you know, if the videos do come out well, like, so maybe YouTube, but I never really thought about it like fully. It was kind of just like one of those brain farts that come to you, like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, yeah, I might, like,
You were probably on before that creator fund, were you?
I don't know, like I tried applying for it, I just couldn't apply for it, like, I don't know, it just kind of confused me a bit, like, but yeah, I never really did it for the money. It was more so just a thing that I could do, like, when I was bored at home, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you didn't even make like a goodbye video for like Joe. That would obviously, if you wanted to get views, you just like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm leaving forever, and make a big sob story about it. But you literally just like told your mate to like post a video. You didn't even want to make a video yourself.
I wasn't myself, but it was just a video of me like poking up against the wall.
Yeah, I see.
And like the
yeah.
caption was just like, thanks a million for everything. I just left it. Yeah. So, yeah.
Like, I'd be on TikTok and I look at the lads in America and them houses, like big lads, athletic or whatever, then doing these stupid dances, and I'm like, if me or Brian put out that kind of content,
Yeah. Anyone
It
in
would-
Ireland. Yeah.
but like I don't understand how, like, when you think of America and like American schools, you think of bullying and all that stuff. I don't know how the culture over there is so different compared to here. They get away with that kind of.
Yeah, it's way less harsh. Like, just looking at like Irish TikTokers right now, like someone who's getting absolutely slated, who's an Irish TikToker, is like Nevo.
Oh, yeah.
Joe, it's like,
She's a bit different.
yeah, she's a bit different, and then
Probably
she
a few
just
screws loose there.
yeah, yeah. But man, like I swear, like the only people that watch her videos are to just shit on her. And like, what do you think about like the goat house in Dublin? Like,
God, I don't know. I think it was a bit stupid, like, to be fair, because like, I don't know where the fuck they got the money out of.
yeah,
first of
man,
all.
that's like a like a 2 million.
See, I think what they do is you have someone like a
I think
brand.
they have like a full-on like agent for them.
Yeah, so I think they scout out, obviously, how many was there? 10 top Irish TikTokers, and they go to brands and say, right, every now and then they'll do this for you. But like, I think the idea of a content house is brilliant. Like, if you looked at the Sidemen, they did it right, I think, and groups like that. But I don't know what they did. It wasn't original, and I think to kind of go fair, it has to be original and to post, you know, decent things, not just challenges.
What do you make of it? The one in Dublin. If you were asked to join it,
A free room in a big house.
free room,
Yeah.
Dublin, with like-minded people, maybe.
I probably would join it just for the accommodation, to be fair, like. just to have the accommodation there, like. But yeah, so like, probably would join it just for the fucking room, like. But
Nothing else.
nothing else. Like.
You wouldn't post a single
Oh,
TikTok.
not a fear, not a fear. Like. If I was posting a TikTok with them, it'd be like by my rules, like, in a video.
You
that
wouldn't
I
be
do.
dancing with them.
Fucking that hope, like. I'm the most uncoordinated person ever when it comes to dancing. Like.
That would get views though.
It would get views, but
It
at
would
what
get views,
cost?
yeah,
At
but
what
like-
cost?
At what cost, exactly.
Would you ever link up with any people in the Irish creation scene?
Not really. No, I kind of just stick by my own thing.
Yeah.
So I'm so used to doing it for so long by myself that like doing it with somebody else would kind of like take the fun out of it for me.
Yeah, because then there's
Like,
like rules and you have
yeah.
to.
You'd lose the kind of creative control. I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah. So I kind of just like stick by myself and do my own thing rather than mixing with other people, because
Yeah.
like then some of my followers they wouldn't like that person and then I'd lose followers. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. And would you ever, like, let's say you in 5 years' time, where would you like to be with this? Because obviously, like, you do have something there, you know, that people do enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, where would you like to be in the next 5 years?
I'd love to move abroad to America, so I wouldn't go back to TikTok. Like I don't know. I think I've been gone for so long now that come back would kind of be like awkward, and I wouldn't be into it now myself like anymore. Like I look at TikTok nowadays and I'm like, how did I do that for like a full year? So I'm like, what's going on? So yeah, I think it's just changed. I think I've just changed mentally, totally, but like about my approach to it. That like I couldn't see myself going back to it. Like Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like if your heart isn't in it, you
Yeah.
feel like people will catch on.
Yeah.
So in the next 5 years, move to America, and would you like to do anything on like the creative side, or would you?
Probably do my apprenticeship and then move to America and try and seek out work there. And before I move to America, I'll probably maybe do like a few sports courses.
Yeah.
So like the plan is to do a few sports courses and then become a sports performance coach.
Like
in
a
America.
PT.
Yeah. So basically, a sports performance coach would be training like NFL players and NBA players, try and get like the most out of their bodies. So like before NFL players go into the actual league, they have to go to a thing called the combine, which is, you know, they train and they run as fast as they can and they jump.
Yeah, I
So
see,
it basically
yeah.
just judges their physical attributes really. So
After years of hurling and stuff, you'd be
yeah,
probably up
In
there.
the
You just
NFL.
pull the tire out and just hit that 20 times left and right.
Yeah, like fucking running up and down like trot.
Run up down that hill there.
JB Fitz like on the side.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, probably something like that, and maybe get a job in a sports performance facility, something like that. So
I wonder, would there be a market for kind of trying to introduce more hurling over there? Would people be interested, I wonder?
I say there would, but like the fact that like hurling is an amateur sport, that you wouldn't get paid
Yeah,
for it.
won't get taken seriously.
Yeah, so
I'll just throw a few questions out from the fans. What would it take for you to go back?
oh jeez, I don't know. A bit of money maybe, sure.
Free bedroom in the...
Yeah, free bedroom in Dublin. Yeah.
Yeah, just there for the accommodation, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really see myself going back. Yeah, I don't really see anything going back to it.
So there's nothing we can say right now to convince you to get back.
Not really, no.
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 So someone wants to ask, what's your thoughts on the state of Kinvara hurling?
Who the fuck asked that? I think we have to go into a bit of a rebuild. Yeah, we've a good few young players coming up, and you know, when we won the intermediate last 2 years ago. So I think we've a lot of good hurlers coming up, and you know, we still have Conor Whelan there as well, and he's like one of the best hurlers in the country. So I wouldn't think we're in a state, but yeah, we're thereabouts, and you know, who knows what could happen once we get a few young lads up. And, yeah.
Big shout out to Evan Devney, or also known as Devers around the world. Yeah, so if you do want to give Evan a follow, what's your Instagram handle? And
It's just Devers50.
Devers50 on Instagram.
Yeah.
Keep it trademarked.
Yeah.
And you can follow him on TikTok, but don't be expecting any more content, sadly.
Just do it for the laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. And so if you want to hit up me or James, it's just at ShamCast on everything. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all that. Yeah, big shout out to Evan Devry for coming out on a nice summer's morning. Yeah. There's definitely not an umbrella above the